and gentlemen, Blum Hollow is playing tougher than ever. We've taken this summer to see just how difficult we can get the golf course playing in preparation for the US Open that will be hosted in a few years. The rough is as high as it's ever been, the greens are faster than I've ever seen them, and on top of that, we are currently in peak season, meaning the sun is beating down, really firming the place out. Here's a shot of hole 3, and as you can see, the rough on that right side is really thickened out. I mean, it is almost impossible to find a golf ball in there. What I'll be doing today is playing the original 6-hole layout just to show you guys how difficult this place really is under US Open conditions. Okay, so when conditions are this difficult, players have the option of teeing it from this wooden board here. So as you can see, I've hit one up on the left in a safe spot, and I'm going to chip this thing just short of the green. Now this next shot I'm going to hit to a few feet, so I have the chance to get off to a really hot start here in difficult conditions. If I can knock this in for a 4, I'm going to be feeling pretty damn good. And as you can see, dead center there, so really hot start in these conditions. So I was just trying to hit one out left here off this tee. The wind was howling pretty good from left to right, and I pulled it a touch, so I was just listening to hear that thud, make sure it didn't get in the trees there, and I did clear it. However, I do leave this next chip short of the green, which was a little disappointing. I was hoping to get off to a 4-4 start, but I'm going to have to convert this 6-7 footer here in order to do that. And as you can see, it's just going to slip by the left side there. However, a 4-5 start would be pretty good, so I'm just going to keep my head down and focus on this. And if we can break 10 in the first 2 holes, that's a really, really good start. Okay, great start. Here we are on hole 3. And the one thing you cannot do is go right, and that's exactly what I've done here. And you can see just how thick this stuff is. I mean, I'm hitting it a few times. I'm really not advancing it more than a foot. I mean, I'm kind of burying the ball into the ground at this point. I'm actually having trouble finding this next shot, so I end up having to take a drop. Now I'm hitting 6. And my head's really starting to spin after such a great start. I thought I was going to be in a good position to be leading after day 1, and now I'm just hacking it around, hitting a few lefty shots. Really don't know what's happening at this point. So this putt here is actually for a 10. And as you can see, I leave it short in the jar, and I really just am starting to get angry, and my head's spinning, and it's hard to focus. I missed that short one for an 11 there. Step up here, this is for a 12, so we start 4, 5, 12. Okay, here we are on hole 4. Now I'm trying not to let emotions get the best of me. It's kind of hard to regroup after making such a big number, especially when it happens on the easiest hole on the golf course. So my thinking was, if I can make 5 or less, that might get me kick-started back in the right direction. Maybe I can grab some momentum. And as you can see, I'm going to need to get this up and down to make that happen. Now I hit a pretty good chip there, but I still got a 2.5 footer here that I have to grind over. And as you can see, I'm just going to pull that a little bit, miss it on the left side. So I know 6 isn't the worst on hole 4, but was really hoping for less to get some momentum back. So after going 12-6 on the last 2 holes, I'm really starting to get angry and hit a pretty poor tee shot there. And this next one I just hit straight into the bank, and it's some thick mown grass there, and I almost lose the ball here in the 3rd shot. Now the 4th one, I had to just make sure to get it out, so I have a pretty lengthy putt here for a 5, which I really need at this point to have any chance of salvaging this round. And I almost make it, but it's going to be a tap in for a 6. this point, I was just trying to make sure to get in 6 or less to break 40. And I'm just going to shank one off the tee into the barn here. Clearly, I'm letting emotions get the best of me. I'm just very displeased with the last few holes. Can't get my mind off of hole 3. And I'm going to shank another one into the barn there. Just mentally out of it at this point. I do the only thing I couldn't do, which is go deep here into some of the thickest rough on the golf course. I mean, I barely found this ball, and it's very difficult to advance. This one went like a yard or two. The next one I can barely hit because of the interference and the takeaway there. This one went about a foot, and the next one I finally get out there. So I believe at this point that I'm putting for a 7, which would put me at 40. So I've already blown my goal when standing on that 6th tee there. And this last putt here, I'm just going to backdoor it for an 8. And that'll be a 41 in U.S. Open conditions. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope this video shows you just how difficult we can get Blum Hollow playing, and we're all very excited to host a U.S. Open.